Hey YouTube, I've come to you with a review on the Sonia Kashuk brushes. So if you want to see this review, plus I'm going to put these brushes to the test in this video, since I'm sure that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, everyone can talk about the the brushes, but let's see these brushes being put to a test. So if you want to see these brushes being put to a test, stay. Alright guys, so the first brush I'm going to put to the test is the spoolie brush. I'm just going to use the spoolie brush to basically spread out my eyebrows. I'm going to use it to comb my eyebrows and basically groom my eyebrows, and to me it did a great job. Next brush I'm going to use is the angled brush, and I use the angled brush to put on my concealer underneath my eyebrows. I love a precise finish and a precise line, and this particular brush provides a nice and precise line, as you can see here. Very easy to work with. I really like this brush. The next brush I'm going to use is the concealer brush. This is a synthetic brush, as the other two were, and I'm just going to use this as a concealer brush. Just as it say, I'm going to use it to spread out the concealer and blend out the concealer underneath my eyebrows. Next brush is the synthetic foundation brush. Now I'm not going to use this brush. This brush is a little bit too hard for me, but I wanted to show you the brush just so you can see exactly how it looks. Beautiful brush. Brush set comes with two other face brushes. I'm going to use the duo fiber brush made with goat hair and synthetic fibers for my foundation. Now, as you see, the brush has this dome-like finish that just contours to your face perfectly. Now the white stuff that's on my face is Milk of Magnesia. I use it for a primer because I love the finish of, especially when you put your foundation over it, of how it looks. So the application is pretty seamless. I'm loving the airbrush finish. It just looks really good. I'm really loving this brush. The next brush I'm going to use is a smudger brush, and I'm just going to use this brush to smudge out my eyeliner underneath my eyes. What I'm going to use is the pencil brush, and I'm just going to use that to smudge out my lash line, as I don't wear that much eyeshadow. What I'm going to use is the synthetic angled brush. This is the face brush, and I'm just going to use this with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and I'm just going to use this to stipple on the powder around my face. Now I don't particularly like this brush over my e.l.f. powder brush, but it does definitely get the job done. The angle helps you to get into places that you can't with the e.l.f. brush. This brush is the powder brush, or the blush brush. This brush is very soft. It's a typical run-of-the-mill powder brush. I wouldn't put it over my Sigma brush. It's about the same. This brush is the angled contour brush, also made of goat hair, just like the powder brush, and I'm going to use this to contour. The contouring with this brush is very precise, and as you can see, you can get a very good line with this brush. I really like this brush. I really appreciate this brush, mostly because it is made of goat hair, so it is very soft. Next brush is the all over face powder brush, and I'm just going to use this to brush off any excess powder and just make a smooth finish for my face. This brush is very soft. It is also made of goat hair. I want to report that I did wash these brushes prior to use, and there was no shedding or no bleeding. So this is the final look with using all of the Sonia Kashuk brushes. What do you guys think? I think this is a pretty good brush set for $35. I think I got my money's worth. What do you think? Okay, so before I get into the in-depth part of the review of these brushes, if you guys have not had an opportunity to watch my hair finicky video, you can tune into that video. I talked about my hairstyle, my new haircut, and so you guys can see, you know, I talked about my new haircut and things like that. So you can go to that video, and I'll just go ahead and annotate it or link it, you know, somewhere up and through. All right, so the brushes. So let me just give you my quick brush story. Everyone has a brush story on these brushes. These brushes, so of course, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you saw my bit of my brush story. First thing I logged on Friday morning, I saw Coco Film. She posted these brushes. I was like, I'm not supposed to go get their brushes. Them brushes look cheap and cheesy any goddamn way. So then I went over to Harlem with Naya to see what she'd been up to. And I saw she had the brushes, and she also posted a barcode. So then I was like, oh Lord, they just buying them brushes. And so I'm going through my YouTube feed as I do every morning. Nikki Hanna, she posted the brushes. She did a review on the brushes. I was like, 3 times, come on now, what is up with these brushes? So she did a review on the brushes, and she did such a phenomenal review. I was like, oh yeah, those brushes look like quality brushes. My biggest thing I'm scared about with these brushes is that, you know, the color, the hair color. So normally when you see brushes with hair color, it's like these cheap, cheesy, Wet n Wild type brushes. So, you know, you feel like they're not quality, they're not even worth your time or worth your while. But when I seen that the price tag was $35 for 15 brushes, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go check it out. So then I saw another girl post a code where you can get save 10% on it. So I was like, okay, fine. I looked it up my Target to see the closest one to my job, to see if they had it. They had it. Went to the Target, went to the Sonia Kashuk aisle, and it was not there. I was like, ma'am, do you see, you know, do y'all have these brushes? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, fine, I have the UPC code. I'll just go to the customer service because Naya had posted the UPC code. So I just go there and check and see if they have it in the store. Went there to check. I had the lady look at the UPC code. She's like, oh wait, are these the brushes you're talking about? They were right there under her counter. Shut up. So I was like, yep, that's the brushes I'm talking about, gimme. And so someone had actually put the brushes on hold the day prior and never came to get them, so she sold me the brushes. So about these brushes, they are really, I mean, if you saw the video, you saw that I did my face with these, but these are some really nice brushes. Like, majority of the brushes are made with actual goat hair. They have a couple that's made with pony hair. I think that's going to be, 2 of the brushes are made with pony hair, but the rest of the majority of the brushes are actually made with goat hair. And it's so rare to find goat hair brushes like with a color on them, and so I was so fanatic on that. There are only 4 synthetic brushes. One of them is going to be this particular brush. This brush is synthetic. This one is dual fiber synthetic, and then of course this one is synthetic, of course. But the rest of the brush, oh no, I'm sorry, and the concealer brush, it is synthetic as well. But the rest of the brushes, which is the majority of the brushes, are really like animal hair. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this one is synthetic too. So this one is synthetic too. So let's just talk about my favorites out of the whole brush. The whole brush is good. I mean, it looks quality brushes. I keep saying blushes, but brushes, quality brushes. I mean, it's just gorgeous. These brushes are so gorgeous. They're like the kind that you put on your vanity and you just want them to look, you know, look good or whatever. So you can see I have been using them. So this is how it's going to stain once you do use them. I did wash them, as you guys, as I told before, but this is how it's going to pretty much stain once you do use them. My favorite brush so far out of all the brushes is this brush right here. It is a dual fiber brush, so it has goat hairs around the inside, like packed inside, and then the ones that are standing up tall are the synthetic ones. But this just provides such a flawless finish on my foundation, and of course I'm using the Makeup Forever, which I am in love with because it's I mean, talk about match to a T. But it just provides such a flawless finish. I just love the coverage, as you saw in the video. I love this brush. I was most excited about this particular brush because I don't have a contouring brush of this type of nature. I have a big fluffy one, but this one, because you know, of course MAC has this brush. Sonia Kashuk has one, and I think NARS. And this brush alone from MAC is like $30-something. So I got my brush. I forgot to tell you, I did get my brush yet for $32 because I had a 10% off coupon. So this brush is the one I'm most excited about. I needed these two brushes the most because I am just a sucker for angle brushes. So this brush is really, really good. And then my spoolie brush actually broke, so this brush came in handy. The brush that I love, the second most brush that I love is this particular brush. I do not have an all over powder brush. So this came in really, really handy in this brush set. The brush that I am least excited about is this particular brush. That is going to be the foundation brush. It's stiff, it's kind of stiff. The one I'm used to using is my Sigma one, and that's actually made of real animal hair. This one's a bit stiff for me, so I'll keep it for travel and things like that, but I'll probably get least usage out of this particular brush. This particular brush I like, but I'm so used to my e.l.f. foundation powder brush that while this is nice, I feel like my e.l.f. foundation brush provides more coverage, so it's less work. So okay, this brush is good, it's okay, but I have to do way more work with this particular blush to know. So this particular brush, I mean, I liked it. It was a smudger brush. It's just a little bit smaller than the MAC one that I used, but it did the job. It worked just fine. I didn't get a chance to use the eyeshadow brushes. I don't wear eyeshadow that often. I haven't worn eyeshadow all year. I haven't worn eyeshadow, so I probably won't get that much usage out of these 4 brushes. But these are the ones that are made. I mean, look at goat hair. They don't bleed, so I did wash them so they don't bleed, as you can see. So that's it. That's my review on the brushes. Do I feel like it's worth it? Definitely. I have another. Now I have 2 full brush sets. I have another, you know, my Sigma one, and now I have this one. And so I'll be able to intertwine or use them, you know, when one's dirty, I can use the other set or use them both together, whatever. I don't really feel like I need a whole bunch of brushes. So I feel like this one hitter quitter brush set was like the bomb. I've been wanting to get Real Technique brushes for a long time, but it's like you gotta buy this pack, and you gotta buy this pack, this, that, this, all these different packs, and you gotta catch it when it's on sale. So this came in really, really handy for me, and it's purple. Hello. So, and it's just gorgeous. It's just a really, really gorgeous set. So from what I understand, trying to get these is like, I'm gonna try to get this video out as soon as possible. We're trying to get these brushes. It's like madhouse. Instagram was packed of people trying to get these brushes. I think I saw All Things Fabulous trying to get the brushes. I am trying to Renee. She was searching for the brushes. Everybody was searching for these blushes, and it's like 1 or 2 per set per store, right? So I don't know, but if you go online, keep checking back online, because I see they were selling them online. They stopped because they sold out. So they are limited edition. So I hope you guys get a chance to get these brushes. If not, there's gonna be plenty, because I seen they had something similar to this for Christmas last year. They were like white and gold or whatever. So it's not the end of the world, I don't think. So have a good day, guys. Bye.